Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling. They're all out of love. They're so lost without you.
Hello, kitties. We're going to have a good time together because there's a big lizard on our lawn.
What are we going to do about that?
I don't know. We're going to find a punk rock girl, get in our Camaro.
Obviously.
Right. And so we are talking with Joe Jack Talcum from the one and only Dead Milkmen, Philadelphia's own.
Indeed.
And it was a fun conversation.
He's coming back home this week, right?
They are playing on Saturday at the lovely Ardmore Music Hall, where I will be tomorrow. Very excited by that.
Nice.
By the time you'll hear this, I was there last night.
Wow.
I know. I'm busy, both back and forth.
This is very I don't know. I feel very Back to the Future right now.
Whiplash. No, it's I get that a lot.
Yeah.
But something else I wanted to, well, I guess let's talk about the Hall of Fame. Because the fact that there's a Daft Punk helmet hidden in the new Pokemon can wait.
Oh, yes.
You can go buy in Pokemon either helmet.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Either Guy or Tomas's helmet.
That's pretty cool.
Which is nice, yes. So what did you make of this year's induction? Because I finally got around to watching it.
I thought it was probably the best one I've seen.
For you, what was that the thing that did it?
I felt it moved for as long as it is. I felt the inductors were all very genuine with what they were saying. I felt the sound. I know that Duran Duran had issues, but they obviously cut that for the broadcast.
You can't tell, yeah.
But I thought everybody's sound was really good. I thought it was a interestingly diverse group of folks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some of the historical ones were really fascinating people that certainly deserved the accolades that often get just brushed over.
I was shocked Elizabeth Cotton wasn't already in.
I was too, but she's so amazing and people don't talk about her enough.
Right.
So that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, because I hadn't started it yet, and I was mocking the fact that I was most excited for Neil Giraldo getting.
Oh, of course.
Because I had heard, apparently the rumor is that Pat Benatar said, I'm only going to be there. I will only do anything if you include Neil in this.
Oh, of course.
Which sounded like such a, even when she tours now, it's billed as Pat, and no one 1,000%. Is going there to see Neil Giraldo. Let's just be honest about that. But when they show their relationship in the little packet they cut together
and told their story.
Yeah. And it's oh, that makes all the sense in the world.
Right. It did.
And he had a great speech.
I agree.
I think you could argue better than Patricia's.
Yes, agreed.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
The other one I really liked that I don't know why I was surprised, or again, I would have thought they would have been brought in much, much earlier, but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
That speech was amazing. Both of theirs was
amazing. And Janet was so adorable, even though her hair made my head hurt. But
yeah, well.
She was just adorable. And just even when she's and I'm their favorite, which is such a silly throwaway thing, but she is. And it just, I don't know. It was awesome. They were my favorite.
They helped her create Rhythm Nation.
Exactly.
So yeah, I went into it being I'm not really thrilled about any of these. I'd like to see Eurythmics play again. That'd be fun. Duran Duran, sure, whatever. Any of the other folks, okay, this will be great, whatever.
Yeah.
All of it was really good.
It was really good.
Enjoyable.
And we all know how much I love Jimmy Iovine. So
right, which is weird. But oh my God, even the lawyer.
Oh, I loved the lawyer.
He was great. And loud New York lawyer getting misty.
Right.
And what was the whole thing about the spare ribs?
Yes, the spare ribs was the best. The best. And the Gerardo reference to close Jimmy's was just perfection.
Chef's kiss. Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very good.
Yes. But yeah, the lawyer was cool. It was all cool. I mean, obviously lots of Detroit love.
Sure.
Judas Priest killed it.
Breaking the Law, yes.
Right. And just, it's always so fascinating whenever you go down any historical path with them, just that people just really they just didn't get it. They like how people were so clueless.
About the band in general, or
yeah,
about Rob
and
Halford?
About Rob.
I love the fact that he just began his speech by saying, I'm the gay guy in the band. Like,
yep,
perfect.
Here I am. It was awesome. And, you know, like Eminem, obviously I've seen him perform 1,000 times, but you can't, like the amount of words that can come out of his mouth, it's unreal. And like, I thought it was awesome when Steven came out with him and Ed Sheeran came out with him. It was just fun. I've said many times how much I love LL Cool J.
Right.
But
he had the greatest night.
He is the ultimate fan. Like, he is as excited as I am anytime I see anybody play. And he loves literally every single one of them. He was rocking out full force to every song, no matter who it was. And I just love that. I was
it got into like are they going to cut back to LL during the Priest or the Carly Simon tribute? And like,
they did.
Yes, they are. And
because
here he is.
He knew every word. Like we say this all the time about certain people, but he would 1,000% be our friend.
He just was having the best night ever.
Yeah. And he always does every year.
You guys are you still in the midst of recording the new record?
Well, we are.
How is that going?
We have half of it recorded. It's been recorded. Now we're working on the other half. We're rehearsing the songs, honing them, tweaking them. We're going to record in October. And we have a weekend booked in early October. So if that goes well, it will be done. At least our part of it. Then it'll have to get mixed and all that stuff.
Right. Are you happy with what you've got so far? Does it feel like kind of...
I love it.
Are you guys trying to expand the Dead Milkmen universe, or are you kind of sticking to what people love about you guys, your skill, your select special set of skills?
I think it's a very Dead Milkmen. It'll be an album that the people who know us and like us from the very first album on should like.
Should.
I don't know. Anybody can like what they want.
So, but I guess if they don't like it, it's on them then.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
I think we're giving the people what they should want.
And there's your title right there.
What you should want.
Give the people what they should want.
What they should want.
How you should like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like this album, you can't call yourself a fan.
Yeah.
Yes, there's line in the sand.
And I know you guys have been playing some shows.
Yeah.
You got stuff lined up, or are you kind of waiting till?
We have 2 shows lined up.
Oh,
they said they've already been announced. I don't know when this is going to air or whatever, but October 22nd.
Oh, my birthday.
Oh, there we go.
Playing on your birthday in Baltimore. Not Baltimore. I keep saying Baltimore. Towson.
Oh, yeah.
It's the college town. And then November 12th in Ardmore, which is a suburb of Philadelphia.
Yes, at the music hall or someplace else?
At the music hall.
Very nice. It's a lovely venue.
It is.
My children speak highly of the nachos, so.
Well, what more do you need?
Yeah, really, it's a really
acoustics, great shows, but nachos. Are they good?
Yeah. It's
so
nice. I mean, there's good food all within walking distance of
certainly.
Ardmore is a good restaurant town.
Yeah. So how has the relationship between the band kind of grown over this? Like, you've been together for so long. Do you guys just know each other so well? It's got to be familial at this point. That
Yeah, I think we know how to annoy each other. Just
perfect. Just for the fun of it.
It's like family. Even with Dan, Dan's just fit in, so he just fit in like family too.
so, and I know he had played with you in another project, correct? And you brought him over. Is that
I
right?
recommended him. The Low Budgets.
That's
Played
right. Yes.
in that band as a bass player, so he already proved his worth as a bassist in that band. And that's not a band that I started. I was asked to join that band by Chris, who was the guitar player, the main creative talent behind the project. And by the way, we are having a reunion show, the Low Budgets, on October 14th in Philadelphia.
Nice.
So it's all coming together now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming full circle. Who knows?
Amazing how that happens.
Universal survive. We'll see the end of the 14th. We'll find out.
You got to make it to my birthday.
True, yeah.
I mean, come on,
Okay.
it's just
Are you
8 more
gonna be there
days.
in Towson?
Oh, I wish. I'm in Detroit. You got to come to Detroit.
Oh, that's pretty far away. Okay.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, I'm fascinated by these bands that have been together for so long and are able to keep going, and sort of like that, it's a marriage times what, 2 other people, like there's a lot riding on that, and they always say like you're not supposed to mix business with pleasure, but bands are nothing than formed out of friendships and relationships, and
start with pleasure and end up being a business.
yeah.
And yeah.
How do you keep that balance though?
I think we only really see each other twice a week.
See,
No, it's not
marriages, any kind of marriage would be better
marriages.
that way.
Married, you probably see each other every night or every day. I don't know. No, I don't think I could. We lived in the same house practically for a year or so in 85, 86. And then after that, we lived like in the same neighborhood, almost neighbors. So we've just drifted apart, I think, naturally. As we've developed our own relationships, our own families and stuff.
I would love like the neighbors being like, oh, sorry.
We took a whole 12 years, I think, off from each other. And I didn't think we were going to get back together as a band then. So this is all just icing.
What was it that brought you back together?
A festival in Austin, they were willing to pay us like 20 grand and expenses for one set of songs for an hour. And and the fact that festival was being organized by somebody who sang backups as a child on the Metaphysical Graffiti album. So I think that was actually the clinch.
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
When that was when that fact came to light, because in truth we said we all individually declined that offer, and then the producer who did the Metaphysical and the Beelzebub and the Bucket Fellini albums called Dean up and said, "Do you know who Graham is? Graham sang on your Metaphysical album. He really wants you to get back together for this." And we said, okay.
Yeah, you can't say no to Graham.
You can't say no to Graham.
No.
And 20 grand.
Right.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I think they added we'll fly you out for free. See that we'll fly you out and we'll give you a hotel room or a few hotel rooms.
And so it's interesting.
And then it was so fun to do it. We had done 2 shows with Dan Stevens in 2004, November, at the behest of Dave's youngest brother, for a memorial and a benefit show. It benefited mental health and awareness, because Dave took his own life earlier in March of 2004. So we couldn't say no to that, and we got Dan to play bass with us because the Low Budgets were a current band then, and so he was already a known entity for the Dead Milkmen. So we asked him again, will you do a repeat in Austin, Texas for the Fun Fest? And he said, yeah. On the flight back, Rodney wanted to know if we wanted to consider playing more shows and keeping the band together. And we all agreed that we would, under the condition that really Rodney wanted to write new material. He had ideas for new stuff. We'll get back together. We'll be an active band again, but it won't be a full-time thing for us. We're not going to all quit our own individual things just to do this. That's probably a healthy decision that he made. Yeah. And also that we only do things if we thought they were fun for us. If it got to be a drag, any one of us could pull the plug on it and say, no, we don't want to do that.
Nice.
It's interesting. The part of the requirement was making new music, because I was going to say, you see so many bands that have gotten back together and just tour the greatest hits into the ground and are either don't want to or are terrified to add anything to that canon and have people not like it or what have you.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the Pixies reunion, because they got back together and started and immediately released a single, and then they started coming out with albums.
And so, has it been fun since then? I mean, it seems like you guys have found a good, for lack of a better term, work-life balance.
Yes, it's been fun. I still do my own thing. And then nothing can do something too. It really has been a good time.
Is it hard to balance the two different, your own versus the Milkmen? I always am fascinated by that when people are doing their solo stuff and their own passion projects and building their own solo careers.
Well, I started playing solo in 2004, and I wasn't thinking there would be a Milkmen, so I wasn't upset with requests for Dead Milkmen songs. If I could figure out how to do them solo, I would.
Sure.
But then after the Milkmen got back together, I almost regretted doing that and not just keeping it just my own stuff that were never Dead Milkmen songs.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a split personality.
Right.
When I play shows, I have to feel the audience out. Do they want this or that? And I also, I don't think all the Dead Milkmen are that comfortable with me playing certain songs without them.
Which ones are they?
The ones.
Come on, we have to.
The ones that Rodney sings in their big hits for him that way. Have to keep those, not do those songs. I did start doing some of them. It caused a little. I don't want to make waves.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I wrote those songs either, which I think is maybe a misunderstanding. If I play the song by myself, it's not necessarily my song. I'm doing cover songs all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs I even sing in the Dead Milkmen, I didn't write the words to or even the music to.
Right.
Because we have such a weird we have a varied random collaboration that there are songs that Dean wrote music for and Rodney wrote words for, but said, I want you to sing this, Joe, because I think this is going to have a certain melody to it that I'm not going to tackle.
Yeah.
And people don't know that, but now I mean, not the general, a lot of my friends.
Right. But the fans know it, and the folks who are coming to see
the
you.
fact that we credit all of our songs just to the Dead Milkmen.
Just
sort of stay mysterious and
for sure.
the way REM used to do it.
Because that's always what breaks up the band when you start
When
splitting
people
up the
get-
money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we keep the money even,
It's the only way to do it.
25%, and then you can't get neither an ego nor a profit incentive.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't get why anybody doesn't do that. It just baffles me. Like every band knows the like storied tales of the demise of bands like that. So why anyone would try to nitpick over who gets what?
Mm-hmm.
Just a bad move from the
Yeah.
get.
When you guys got back together and started playing again in 2004, was it from that first rehearsal like, oh, this feels right, this feels like us, or did it take you a little bit to kind of find
Took me a
that?
while to find my ground again.
Hmm.
And in the low budgets, I was playing organ and not guitar, so I wasn't a daily guitar player.
Oh yeah.
And
Was it just that stepping out to sing this stuff was kind of like the,
it's like, what?
yeah,
I could listen to the record over and over and figure, well, how was I chording this? How was I playing this song? Why is my memory failing me? And oh well, if I probably came up with new or maybe even more efficient ways of chording things, but of playing the chords, but I got that. It took a while. I think I know more now than I did, because now I'm with those first the fun show, and then some of the shows that we did after that in 2009. If there are recordings of them, I can hear, wow, yeah, I was a little rusty.
And is this a relationship in a band that needs to sort of, I would assume after this many years that you guys don't need a lot of practice to fall right back into, well, we know this.
Oh
We
no,
can
we
play
need
this.
practice.
Oh, you do?
My memory's getting worse and worse.
That makes me feel better to know that I'm not the only one.
That's amazing.
Now I did a solo show last Friday, and I was in the middle of Punk Rock Girl, which I should know like the back of my hand. And here I am in a verse, and I lost my place. I'm singing the same verse that I sang. How do I get out of this mess?
Right. That's when you're like,
Yeah,
God damn it, I wish the band was here. Pick up the slack.
So you guys don't go for the Springsteen teleprompters that wrote the Aerosmith? Yeah.
We don't, maybe if we could afford them. I just recently found out that Mick Jagger uses a teleprompter, and I'm well,
Well, I've seen
so that's how they do it when they're old and senile.
Right.
You just
But
have a teleprompter.
Yet nobody gives them crap but poor Vince Neil. Everyone slaughtered him
Right.
this summer for that.
The teleprompter.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was either Mick Jagger or Steven Tyler. They actually put in the teleprompter like, "Here's Keith" or "Here's Joe." Like
Right.
you would not remember the
It's
guy
like
who's been
stage direction.
yeah, who's been standing next to you for
Oh,
40 some
wow.
years. So
Well, they changed members recently, I think.
that's true. I mean,
Now they
Yeah,
have
Aerosmith
members.
definitely.
we should be able to look back and at least name 3 out of the 4 guys on the stage. You would
Right.
hope.
Does it now say like not Joe Perry?
So have you been shaking up what you've been playing live, or do you guys kind of have your list of stuff you got to play for people to have a great time? But is
You
there
know,
stuff where you're like,
Rodney deals with that.
mm-hmm,
We always try to put something different in every set. But if we have 2 shows in a row, they might be identical. But don't go following us like the Grateful Dead, for goodness sakes.
right? No, heaven forbid they see behind the
Heaven
curtain.
forbid. I don't
Yeah.
think that happens. But we almost always try to do a different cover song. So,
What have you been doing
Or different.
recently?
huh?
What have you been
Oh
playing
no,
recently?
that's just a surprise.
Okay.
Not
Fair,
loud.
For the
fair,
people
fair.
doing the shows.
All right. Well, when do you have a? Well, one of the things I love too. I've been watching your. I guess it's Facebook Live. These conversations between the 4 of you.
It's called Big Questions with the Dead Milkmen. We post it on YouTube every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. ish.
It's a lot of fun. You get to see the interaction between the 4 of you and see that rapport. and it's a side of you guys that I feel like you don't see from most bands. Do you guys actually enjoy that, or is this just a slog?
I don't enjoy it too much.
Yeah.
No.
There's another 20 minutes I got to spend on. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to think of answers and then it's okay fun. I usually do the editing, the post-production on it myself.
So.
And that can take, believe it or not, 6 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, Luke has to do our editing.
Even if there's not that much editing in the actual raw footage.
Yeah.
We like everybody after we do an episode, we usually do them on Thursday nights. Then I get emails from the other three that have images that they want to have inserted. But they don't say where exactly. I have to
like
review the entire thing. And think, where do this make sense? It's like a puzzle that I have to figure out.
And you don't have that picture to kind of see what it's supposed to look like at the end, of course.
Yeah. And then I review it and then render it and then make sure there aren't any mistakes or dropouts. It's a mess.
I understand you.
I would rather just not do that. But people say they like it so much and Rodney wants to keep it going. So we'll keep it going probably.
Yeah.
We're only supposed to do it while we're working on the new album. So we'll see when we're done what will happen.
Do you have a release plan yet? I know you're not even finished recording or mixing.
Early next year.
All right. So that's
if everything goes well.
Do you have a title yet, or you're not telling anyone?
I think the working title is Punk's Not Dead, but Limbaugh is. Or Rush Limbaugh is. I don't even know if people remember who that guy is.
Oh, they still remember.
That was Rodney's working title from we started this in 2020, and then Rush died and he saw that graffiti in Philly on a wall somewhere and wanted to make the album that.
I like it.
It fits. It fits with your overall oeuvre. So.
Yeah, I think it totally works.
Hey Jack, what's happening?
I don't know.
Well, rumor around town says you might be thinking about going down to the shore.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go down to the shore.
What are you gonna do down there?
I don't know.
If you're in the Philadelphia area this weekend, Sunday, December 4th, the Dead Milkmen are playing the Ardmore Music Hall. For more information on what Jack is up to, check out his website, jacktalcum.com, or to follow the Dead Milkmen and see when that new record's coming out. Check out their website, deadmilkmen.com.
What's the sandbar?
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website at rockandrollgradschool.com and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hedquist. Our reluctant producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thank you, good night, and may all your favorite bands stay together.
Love me 2 times, girl, 'cause I got AIDS. Love me 2 times, baby, once for tomorrow, once 'cause I got AIDS. Pretty good Jim Morrison impression there. I hope those guys have a good sense of humor and don't take us into court.
What's the chord?